People who are living with type 2 diabetes are typically prescribed Ozempic or Wegovy specifically to lower their blood glucose because that's what it was designed to do. But more and more people are now using this as an off-label weight loss drug.
So off-label refers to using a drug to treat a disease or medical condition that it is not technically approved to treat. Ozempic was traditionally used to treat type 2 diabetes, but due to the powerful effects it can have when it comes to weight management, Wegovy is now approved to treat obesity. So just because someone doesn't have blood glucose management issues, that doesn't make it off-label or mean that it's not appropriate.
If you haven't already, watch that video by Luke. Ozempic and Wegovy both contain the same active ingredient called semaglutide. Semaglutide is known as a GLP-1 receptor agonist, meaning it binds to the GLP-1 receptor and stimulates the same action as the GLP-1 we naturally produce inside of our gastrointestinal tract. And he's absolutely correct that Ozempic is not approved for weight loss, it is only approved for blood glucose management, but Wegovy is approved for weight loss. They're both produced by the same company, and essentially the only difference is that Wegovy is about 240% of the dose of Ozempic. With that being said, GLP-1 receptors mediate a lot more than just blood glucose control and appetite suppression. And I have a feeling that in the future we're going to see these medications used for a lot more than just diabetes and obesity. GLP-1 receptor agonists are extremely potent anti-inflammatories by essentially suppressing the inflammatory signaling pathway called the NF-κB signaling pathway. These medications have efficacy for inflammatory conditions such as osteoarthritis. GLP-1 receptor agonists lower blood lipids, blood pressure, and reduce inflammation within the entire body, including the heart and the vascular system. And they appear to reduce the risk of cardiovascular mortality, myocardial infarctions, strokes, and other major adverse cardiac events. And due to their capacity to reduce body weight and inflammation, these medications can reduce the risk of non-alcoholic fatty liver disease and its progression into fibrosis. In the same way that these medications reduce our appetite for food, they also appear to reduce our appetite for addictive behaviors such as alcohol, drugs of abuse, and gambling. And in addition, they actually appear to be neuroprotective, meaning they can offer protection against things like dementia and other neurodegenerative diseases, and have a mildly positive influence on cognitive function in those with and without diabetes. They've even been postulated to help fight against the anabolic resistance that comes with aging, because the GLP-1 receptors on muscles can actually increase muscle protein synthesis. And in older people given GLP-1 receptor agonists, their rate of muscle protein synthesis is far higher than the placebo group, making them efficacious for preventing against muscle loss, especially in the elderly. Essentially, as Luke rightly claims many times, these medications are quite groundbreaking, and to dismiss them because they don't look or feel natural, or because you hear stories from the very, very small percentage of people that usually are using them improperly and experience side effects,